Good morning, students. This is our second lecture of unit Structure of Atom. In the last video lecture, we have discussed about the discovery of cathode rays or discovery of electron. So today we are going to discuss our next topic, discovery of proton. So let's start. Discovery of proton or discovery of anode rays. For this purpose, Goldstein, scientist Goldstein in 1886 performed discharge tube experiment. This experiment is same as in the discovery of the cathode rays. Performed discharge tube experiment in which he took difference is perforated cathode is taken in this. Perforated means cathode in which the holes are present, means cathode in which holes are present, and a gas at the low pressure. Pressure should be kept low. When pressure is kept low, so particles are present at far distance from each other. Was kept inside the tube. डिस्चार्ज ट्यूब के अंदर हम इसको लेंगे. तो गोल्डस्टीन परफॉर्म द डिस्चार्ज ट्यूब एक्सपेरिमेंट इन विच कैथोड इज perforated and gas at the low pressure. What happened in this? On passing high voltage between the electrode, it was found that some rays were coming from the side of the anode. These rays are present in the cathode ray experiment also, but anyone not mention it. So side of the anode which pass through the holes of the cathode. Holes of the cathode. Holes of the cathode means because cathode is our perforated and produces green fluorescence on the opposite wall coated with zinc sulfide. मीन्स जैसे हमने एक्सपेरिमेंट किया था, तो एक्सपेरिमेंट में डिस्चार्ज ट्यूब लिया था, एक साइड हमने कैथोड एक साइड हमने एनोड. सो कैथोड से एनोड की तरफ जो रेज गई थी, उन्होंने क्या प्रोड्यूस किया था? कैथोड रेज. लेकिन ये रेज अपोजिट साइड में जाएंगी और वहां पर भी जिंक सल्फाइड स्क्रीन, उसके ऊपर ये क्या प्रोड्यूस करेंगी? दे प्रोड्यूस ग्रीन फ्लोरेसेंस and these rays are called as the anode rays. Yet it is also called as the canal rays or positive rays. Positive rays are called because they carry the positive charge. Canal rays, anode rays are also called as the canal rays because they are passed through the holes of the cathode. Holes of the cathode. So holes or canal means these are, I think, same things, and these are also called as the anode rays. Some properties are given for the anode rays. These properties, first, they travel in the straight line. They are made up of material particles. They are positively charged. Different is positively charged cathode rays are negatively charged. The value of E by M. E by M means charge by mass depend upon the nature of the gas. The gas which is taken in the discharge tube depend upon this value of charge by mass. Next point is the mass of the particle constituting anode rays is different for the different gases that are taken in the discharge tube. Means mass and charge, these are depend upon the nature of the gases present in the discharge tube. Next point is charge on this particle is same as that in case of the electron. In case of electron it is minus 1.6 10 to the power minus 19, but here it is this. And mass of each particle is also 1.67 10 to the power minus 20. It is different from electron. Same as that of the hydrogen atom. This mass is equal to the mass of hydrogen atom. So these are also called as the protons. Let's take hydrogen, H2. When high voltage is applied, on passing high voltage, this gas undergo ionization. It undergo ionization as like this. These electrons are used in the production of the cathode rays, and these H plus ions produces the anode rays which are positively charged. So we can find out the discovery of proton or anode rays from the discharge tube experiment which is performed by the Goldstein in 1886. So next is discovery of neutron. Discovery of the neutron credit goes to the scientist Chadwick. Chadwick in 1932 performed some scattering experiment in which he bombarded some light elements. He bombarded means continuously at one point we hit some particles. So bombarded some light element like beryllium and boron. Beryllium and boron are light element with fast moving alpha particle. Alpha particles is 2Hc4. He found that some new particles were emitted. These new particles were emitted. These particles are called as neutrons. Were emitted which carries no charge. This is the property of the neutron. Means neutron carries no charge. या charge is zero. But had a mass. Mass किसके equal था? Nearly equal to mass of proton. Almost equal. Mass of proton is 1.67 10 to the power minus 24 gram. These particles were termed as the neutron. So this is a simple experiment which is performed by the Chadwick. He bombarded fast moving alpha particles on the light elements, which have some light elements which have some light mass. These particles are termed as the neutron. He bombarded like as this. These are alpha particles bombarded on the beryllium and boron. So here atomic number is 2, atomic number is 4. 2 and 4 6. This is equal to 6. But mass is 9 and 4 is 13, but it is 12. So here 1, 0 and 1. This is our neutron. 0 and 1 is our neutron. Similarly here 5 and 2 7. So it is nitrogen in 7. 11 and 15. So it is 14. So it is 0 and 1. This is also equal to neutron. So these are our three fundamental particles, electron, proton and neutrons, which are discovered in different experiments performed by J.J. Thomson for the discovery of electron, Goldstein for the discovery of proton and Chadwick for the discovery of a neutron. So we have to remember their property: electron, proton and neutron. Charge on the electron is -1, proton is +1 and neutron is 0. In case of it is also equal to Coulomb 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 Coulomb. Negative, and it is plus 1.6 10 to the power minus 19 Coulomb, and it is neutral. Discovery for the electron goes to scientist J.J. Thomson, and for the proton it is Goldstein, and for neutron it is Chadwick. And mass is 9.1 10 to the power minus 31 kg. In case of gram it is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus multiply by 10 to the power 3, so it is 28 gram. And here it is 1.672 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg. 1.67 into 4. You can see this is 4 and this is 2. So proton is slightly lighter than neutron. So we can say that nearly equal to mass of proton and neutron, but slightly heavier proton because it is 1.674 into 10. So our next topic is model of atom, regarding the structure of atom. So first of all, Thomson gives us a model for the structure of atom. So it is Thomson model of atom. According to this model, the mass of atom is assumed to be uniformly distributed over the atom. Means at every part of the atom the mass is uniformly distributed. Yeah, mass is same at every part. According to this model, it is like a sphere in which positive charge, a positive sphere in which electrons are embedded. Electrons, these are represented uniformly distributed in the atom, and it is a positive sphere in which electrons are embedded. This model is compared with watermelon. Watermelon जैसे हमने सभी ने देखा है, in which seeds are embedded. Seeds which are black in color embedded in the green, embedded in the red part of the watermelon. This red part is similar to the positive sphere, and these seeds are similar to the electrons. Or it can be compared with a cake in which pudding in which the raisins means dried grapes, or these are also called as the kismis are embedded. Kismis which are embedded in the pudding. This model, this is our limitation. limitation of this model. This model was able to explain the overall neutrality of atom. This is important point for this model is it can explain overall neutrality of atom, but it could not explain the results which are performed by scattering experiment of Rutherford. Rutherford in 1911, 1911, and this model was rejected. Thomson model was not able to explain the scattering experiments, the results of scattering experiment which are performed by Rutherford. So this model was rejected. So now we are going to discuss our next model, Rutherford model. So this is our Rutherford model, scattering experiment which is performed by the Rutherford. According to this model, discovery of the nucleus occurs. In this experiment, Rutherford take a block of lead in which a radioactive material such as radium is taken. From this radioactive material, some alpha particles are emitted. To get a fine beam of alpha particles, we use the slits. These slits, a hole present in the sheet, so we can get a fine beam of alpha rays. These alpha rays again strike with the thin foil of the gold. Gold is taken because it is highly malleable metal. It can be beaten into thin sheets, so it is thin foil of gold. And this is our circular zinc sulfide screen. Fluorescence may occur here. So he drew a conclusion that most of the alpha particles are passed straight, few are deflected through small angles, and few are deflected back, angle greater than 19. These are he observed that most of the alpha particles are passed through the hole without undergoing any deflection. They strike here. Most of the alpha particles are strike here. Few alpha particle underwent through a small angle of deflection. This is our small angle of deflection. Next, very few out of 1 in out of 20,000 deflected back, means one alpha particles which strike here come back. 1 in 20,000, 20,000 में से हम क्या कह सकते हैं, एक अल्फा पार्टिकल स्ट्राइक करके वापस बाउंस बैक हुआ है. So from these observations, Rutherford concluded these points. And sufficient empty space present within the atom, because most of the alpha particles are passed straight without undergoing any deflection. So we can say that most of the space, a sufficient space present in the atom is empty. Second point is some positive body present within the atom. Positive body is present in the atom because alpha particles went through the deflection. So these are deflected by the some positive body which is present in the atom. Third conclusion is some heavier body is present in the atom. Why he concluded that? Because out of 20,000, one alpha particle is bounced back. Bounce back occurs when these alpha particles strikes to some heavier body. So we can conclude it, Rutherford concluded this heavier body is present in the atom. Fourth, this small heavy positively charged body present within the atom, this is called as the nucleus, which is present in the center of the atom. So we can say that atom consists of two parts, nuclear part and extranuclear part. Extranuclear part in which electrons are a space around the nucleus in which electrons were distributed. In different circular orbits, electrons are distributed around the nucleus. And the nucleus small in size, positively charged. Mass of the atom is mainly concentrated in the center of the atom, which is called as the nucleus, and mass of the atom is mainly due to the proton and neutron which are present inside the nucleus. So atom consists of two parts according to Rutherford, nucleus and extranuclear part. Electrons are revolving around the nucleus in the different orbits, and nucleus in which electron and protons are present.